Welcome to Tarun IAS digital platform. I am Rohit Kumar. So today I am going to discuss the 15th September current affair which is taken from the Hindu and Indian Express. This news is very important for your UPSC prelims and the mains exam. So let's discuss about to all this news and let's start first on news. First news is related to a tale of women workers rapid exit from the workforce sliding earning Indian Express. This news has been taken from the Indian Express and it's talk about the women empowerment. So first of all, that it's a relevance with the social empowerment. It's called to women empowerment. We already know that India or our government always we try to spread the women empowerment in the society, and a lot of the schemes already be released in our society, our country, especially Beti Bachao and the lot of things, for example. But Oxfam's India recently compiled the Indian discriminations report. One question may be asked in exam. India discriminations report is compiled by Oxfam India, and it's make a report on the basis of the MOSPI, Ministry of Statistical Program and Implementations, data on employment and the labor from 2004-5 to 2019-20. This is report on the basis of simply employment and the labor basis. So what is report? Report is saying the finding of the report simply say that first of all that LFPR, it means a labor force participation rate. So what is the labor force participation rate? Labor force participation rate is the proportions of the working age population. Proportions of the working age population that engage actively in the labor market, either we working or looking for the work. This is you can say that LFPR. But here LFPR for women in India, day by day it's a declining. We are just thinking that our country is just spreading the women empowerment, but here on the base of LFPR for the women in India, it's a declining from 42.7% in 2004 to 5, and right now it's a decline. It's a 25.1% in 2021. It means all the women working populations, only 25.1% women is working right now, and the rest of things is non-working, non-performing. This report say one thing, first point here. Second point, 60% of all the male age 15 and above had a regular salaried or self-employed job. It means the rate of the female was only 90%. So where is the women empowerment? We are discriminating in the society or country. Article 15 say always it's a discrimination on the basis of the simply articles say that try to reduce or maybe simply it's a fundamental rights, article 15, or say discrimination on the basis of sex, on the basis of sex, on the basis of religion, caste, reasons, the all thing, but where we are just simply discriminate here. So rate of female 90%. Now just discuss the point again. It's you can say that if you'll talk about the means income or average income, then you will think that is it possible? Article, see here, discrimination status. What is discrimination status here? Discrimination 68.3% Muslim in the urban area. It's a face discrimination in 2019-20 up to 59.3% in 2004-5. But Constitution say that Article 15 say that there should not be discrimination on the society on the basis of religion, on the basis of caste, on the basis of the sex. But here 68.3% Muslim in urban area faced a discrimination here. This is a problem. Increase the women in the period from the 67.2% in 2004, and right now it's a 75.7% in 2019-20. It's also with discrimination on the basis of the sex. And SC/ST discrimination on the basis of SC/ST discrimination, it's a decline from 69.1% in 2004-5 and the 34.6% in the 18-19. But again, it's an increased discrimination on the base 39.9% in 19-20. So here is also discrimination on the base of caste. Discrimination on the base of gender, also gender discrimination, because 50% to 70% it's a ranging casual work, because Article 39A and Article 41 say that equal wage for equal work, and there is no discrimination on the basis of the sex here. But here it is a discriminating on the basis of the sex also, and there is no equal wage for the equal, because right to work is our fundamental rights. Right to work is our directive principle of state policy. Here you can see that range of the law here. You can see here. See average income. If you will see on the basis of average income, so average income, it's a 15,996 for the male, but for the women it's a 6,626%. There is a big difference between the wages, because the people are working, women and men both are working same work, but they are getting to unequal wages here. So this is also a discrimination. So this report is made on the basis of Ministry of Program, Ministry of the Static and the Program Implementation. So this is all about, or maybe you can just quote this data, Oxfam report, you can quote in your exam and all these things. So this is all about this. Now move on to another news. So next news, it's related to tribes. So here this is important, ki cabinet approved additions of the 4 tribes to the ST list. We already know that in our constitutions also, it's a reservation process. There are the 4 lists. It means citizens categorized in the 4 lists. First is the general, second OBC, other backward class, third schedules caste, and the 4th is a schedules tribes. So cabinet approved additionally 4 tribes in a scheduled tribes. And we know that in Indian constitution, in a schedules, especially a schedules 5 talk about to only for a scheduled tribe also. So maybe this question will ask in the paper. Here you can say news that Union Cabinet recently approved additional of the 4 tribes of the ST list, including those from the Himachal Pradesh, Tamil Nadu and Chhattisgarh. So there are 4 states here. So in these STs, the Hattee tribes, it's from the Himachal Pradesh, and the Nari Koravans and the Kuri V Karan, it's the hill tribes of the Tamil Nadu, and the Binjia tribes live in Chhattisgarh, already be listed in Jharkhand and Odisha's government, and the 4th Gond community in the UP. So they propose to bringing under the list, and there is a 5 subcategory of Dhuriya, Nayak, Ojha, Patri and Rajgond. These all come in the Gond community. So these 4 tribes included in the ST list also. So this is good for that. Government should be observed whose people should get a benefit, or whose people get or not benefit. So this is important. Maybe this data will come in your exam, and maybe it will ask by the paper. So simply next move in another news. It's news to EWS, economic weaker section. Now it's a burning news nowadays, because Supreme Court just nowadays it's standing about. So maybe question will ask related to our 103rd amendment. So we already know amendment, it can be in Article 368, and it is a 103rd Amendment Act. So petitioner said about here, petitioner say recently argue in the Supreme Court, and that say that 10% of reservations, 10% of reservation just of the seat or job in the government institution and office for the EWS is a affront to the constitutional goal of a egalitarian or casteless society. We always just support the casteless society, but here say that EWS, you are just trying to discriminate on the basis of the caste here. Article 15 always be opposed for this, but EWS is only especially for the general. It means you are trying to, maybe excluding to SC, ST and the OBC from the 10% of EWS quota. And in the government through the 103rd constitutional amendment has been condemned the members of the backward class belonging to the religion, caste, and there's all these things. So simply the arguments is nowadays it's arguments is happening in the Supreme Court. Now we will let's that what the verdict of the Supreme Court will. So simply we already know that 27% quota OBC already be occupied and 23% quota for SC and ST, 50% already be occupied of the reservation. In the 50%, 10% reservations was especially for EWS, economic weaker section. So all matter will be just happening on the basis of EWS quota. So now move on another news. Maybe 103rd Amendment Act will ask in the paper. Okay. So now move on another news. It's related to inflations and it's also be related to Indian economy wholesale inflation soared. So let's see here. So it's a wholesale inflation slowed in 11th month low at the 14.4%. So what is new? See here, it's related to Indian economy, and this is important for WPO. First of all, that what is the inflation? Inflation, if you see that, it's a simply you can say that increasing of the general price of the goods and services, and due to increasing of the general price of the goods and services, the purchasing power of the people will decreases. So when purchasing power of the people decrease, that type of situation it's called to the inflations. So there are two equipment to measure the inflations. One is a WPI and another is a second is a CPI. WPI it's a call to whole price index and CPI it's called to the consumer price index. So but here in the news say that India's wholesale price inflation is dropped to the lowest rate since to September 2021 and 14.41% in August from 13.93%. Slightly it's decreases of the inflation, but you can say here that the food segment was only one of the report is a higher inflation during the month of 9.93. Food is it's essential for the people. So food it's a very essential. So food rate its segment was only one of the report to higher inflations here. Just check the inflation at the gallons here. Primary article of inflation, primary article it means a daily basis usage like that. It's a slow slightly to 14.9% from 15% to slightly 14.9%. It's a decline, it's a down. But primary food inflation is a quicken in the 12.4% from to 10.8%. So this is all about, and this is related to WPI. Maybe in the exam it will be asked by WPI. For example, CPI, who will just release the data of CPI, who will release the data of the WPI. Such type of the questions may be asked in the examination, and it's a part of the Indian economics also. So this is all about the news of the Indian Express and the Hindu, and we always be taking daily basis the quiz also on the basis of this news. So definitely you should watch that questionnaire, prelims question type of the questionnaire segment or videos on this YouTube. So today it's all about. So thank you very much for today. We will meet in another video. So thank you and try to subscribe this channel. Thank you very much.